I'll go. I talked with this guy today, had a great call with him and a networking call. And turns out he's super, like really close to me locally and he's getting involved in the community. And it was just a good connection to make. And I really love doing those calls. So you never know. And I also talked with this lady, I didn't tell Jason yet, talked with this lady in Montana today. And she has a ranch that you can go to and do team retreats, Kenny. So
Awesome.
just putting that out there.
Yeah.
How fun would that be? I would love that. So she takes you trail riding and you can go skiing there if you go in the winter because it's in Montana and pretty cool stuff. So I really liked her. Enjoyed having a chat with her too.
That's the only time I care to see the snow.
Stop. Stop talking
I
about
can't help it.
I had a learning curve kind of win. So I have a customer that has been every month calling me, pushing back her order. I can't take it regularly. I keep forgetting. Okay, so I posted something on Facebook about the omegas, and she texts me, "Saw your Facebook post. What are the omegas?" So I shot her a thing, not thinking anything of it. She ordered the omegas. Like, just when you think like your customer is pushing stuff back, shame on me. I never. She's like, "You never mentioned omegas." I was like, "I didn't." Honestly, you kept pushing it back. So we should mention things even when people are pushing it back.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Who else, guys? I'll share. I'm just totally grateful of all you guys, all your growth and continued growth and learning and wanting to learn and just helping others. Truly awesome.
We want to welcome our guest Mike tonight too. He's here to learn about the products a little bit more. So not sure if he's gonna talk or put his video on. Totally fine if you don't, but love Mike. He's been, we've known him for, gosh, a really long time now.
Yeah.
Probably close to 15 years, maybe. So great guy. Just always love having him around. So thanks for joining us tonight, Mike. Wanted to make sure I introduced you.
Awesome. Anybody else have any wins?
Mm-mm.
Well, let's get started. Well, guys, hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Kenny Harless, and I'm a National Marketing Director with Team Prosperity, previously chiropractor, and now I'm a mindset consultant and coach for Procter and Gallagher Institute. People often ask why I chose Juice Plus, why it makes sense to me. And for one of the main questions I asked myself when I was asked this is they asked me, was I eating 10 to 15 fistful size raw servings of vegetables and fruits a day? I eat a lot, I talk a lot, and there was no way that I could eat that much. So I eat probably 2 salads a day, to be honest with you. And there was no way we were getting that. And so when I realized too that you could actually get the children's health study, which we're going to touch base on, where I could get this free for my child for up to 4 years, it just made sense. And as Laura and I were just speaking about a second ago, people are conditioned to take vitamins and multivitamins. But I want to start you off with this. Have you ever taken a multivitamin and lifted it upside down and tried to take the lid off? You see, you can't because they have a locking lid on them. And you see, everyone takes a multivitamin, so we think that's okay. And so what you're going to notice about Juice Plus is we have Ziploc bags for the gummies or chewables, and we also have flip tops for other products because they are actually whole food and you will not overdose on them. Now, also too, one of the unique things about Juice Plus is it's all fruits, vegetables, and berries. It's all produce. And they vine ripen everything that they have. They harvest it and they pick it right when it's ready to fall off the plant. And as you're probably well aware of, once you take it from the source, it starts to die. Well, in doing this, it increases the absorption rate of those fruits, veggies and berries, by 95% versus a typical produce bought in a grocery store at 40%. And what they do, as soon as they pick these things, they actually wash them and they freeze them within 6 hours. And they remove the fiber, the water, and the sugar once they start to thaw these things out. And so they actually use the pills, the stems, the seeds, and the pits. And so you're getting 30 different micro amounts of nutritional products that are just tremendously have anti-inflammatory effects on the whole system. We have the research to back that up. And plus, you don't have to taste them. So that makes it really wonderful for young children or even big adult kids, right? That maybe don't like their vegetables. So the other thing too, as Laura was just alluding to, is our omegas. And this I never even thought of because I've heard so much research about omega-3s. And omega-3s, last I had heard, there's like 22,000 biomedical journals just on omega-3s. And so omega-3s actually come from algae. And most of the time what we hear is we hear about fish and fish oils. Well, that's not sustainable. So Juice Plus, all being vegan products, they said, well, why would we, go to the fish? We can go straight to algae. And it's a blend of omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And if you don't understand what that is, omega-7 is derived from buckhorn. So we use buckhorn, algae, tomato seeds, also pomegranate seeds. And what this does, it helps to stabilize the omega-3 so that omega-3 can actually, it's very fragile, so it can get into the cells. And also too, it creates permeability. So it actually makes the cell more supple to where the omega-3 can get into the cell. Many of the benefits of omega-3s, guys, man, when you combine these with the trio, the research is off the charts on reducing pain. It's phenomenal for moms that are pregnant and nursing. It helps with what they call like postpartum depression. So how many moms you guys know out there would love to have known about this, guys? Also too, it helps reduce fat breakdown in the liver. It's great for your joint health. So like joint pain, things of that nature, guys. But on top of all that too, it's phenomenal also for brain health and cardiovascular health. So as you look here too, our shakes are again, and they're getting ready to change some of these, and Misty can really touch base on that. She went to Q school and learned quite a bit about this, but our shakes are all plantain based as well, but they're a meal replacement. So this isn't like a straight up, like if you look, I used to be misled. And what would happen, you go into like GNC or something like that. And I always say to people, little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey. And if you're not familiar with this, as I wasn't, I was an athlete through college and I took all kinds of whey supplements, all these things, and my gut was always blowing up. It was bad. I didn't know anything. Everybody else was doing it. So I rode the same boat of ignorance and I was taking that same stuff. And it completely destroys your gut and also your immune health. Well, Canadian government 2018 actually removed dairy from the food pyramid. And what happens, if you really step back and think, we were all taught to eat a bunch of meat. Now, I love meat, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to be a total carrot hugger here, even though I'm wearing orange. But my point is, I started to realize that, you know what does a gorilla eat? Vegetation. What does an elephant eat? What does a rhinoceros eat? And they're some of the biggest, strongest animals on the planet. So when you get the amino acids you need from these plants, they're all anti-inflammatory. So if you take the plants, if you take the omegas in the trio, you're getting 55 different plants in your body that are anti-inflammatory. That means bringing down inflammation every single day. And this is how me, my 8-year-old daughter, and my wife start off our day every single day, guys. Now, another thing too, what I love about the shakes is they have non-GMO soy. And on top of that, soy acts like a phenomenal SERM. And a SERM stands for selective estrogen reuptake modifier. What that means, if you have a cell, they have receptors. And these receptors, if left open, estrogen can bind onto that receptor and get in the cell. And you've probably heard of a lot of cancers like cervical, breast, thyroid. These are all hormone organs. And these are the ones you always hear about, testicular. Well, if you block that, estrogen, extra estrogen can't get into the cell and it reduces that amount. And there's tons of research on this. Some Shanghai study with roughly 5,000 people in LACE trials. And by the way, our shakes have been studied at MD Anderson Cancer Institute down in Houston, Texas, I believe is where the location is, on women that survive cervical cancer. So there's just so much research behind this, and I just love these to death. Now, here's my favorite thing, though, is our children's health study. It used to be called, now they call it the Family Healthy Starts. There are 3+ million people in this study. There are 300,000 respondents. In this study, Jackson Hewitt, one of the largest accounting firms in the world, is tracking this. So when you sign somebody up, any adult that orders this product, a child can get it for free, the fruits and the veggies, for up to 4 years for free. And that was amazing. I mean, between 4 and 18 years of age, or 18 and 26 if you're a full-time college student. So what they track, they have found that children that eat more fruits and vegetables, Juice Plus in this regard, have 66% fewer visits to the doctor, 60% less days of school missed. How do you think parents would love to know that today, guys? Right? Not only that, they drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables, and they eat less fast food by 71%. And this is a 21-year study, guys. Now, there's tons of science, and Dr. White's on here with me. You know, we are doctors, and that's huge to us. I never in my career used a product in my clinic while I practiced until Juice Plus. We're now up to 41 peer-reviewed double-blind studies. Now, what does double-blinded mean? That is the gold standard. You see, when you believe in a product, it can affect the outcome in a positive way. If the doctor knows what the patient is taking, it can affect the outcome in a positive way. So what Juice Plus does, nobody knows what they're getting. And what you're actually getting in the mail is exactly what they do the studies on at the universities. And they've got studies done in 4 continents, 8 countries: Yale, Vanderbilt, Florida, Florida State, BYU, Memphis, UNC Greensboro, all over the place, guys. And here's the other thing that really blew my mind with this is, have you ever heard of borrowed research? I never had. So I'm going to give you a very vague example here. What most of these companies do, supplement companies, are not regulated. And we're going to talk about that here in a moment too. And when they're not regulated, they can put whatever they choose into that product. So if you're not going to see an NSF certification, which I'm going to show you in a moment, on your products, you have no idea what's in your products. And I had no idea of this. Well, what these products and these companies do is they may have a study done on, let's say, green tea extract. And let's say that they put 1,500 milligrams in the study and it reduces inflammation. Here's what happens. These companies will then say, oh, green tea extract actually reduces inflammation. Let's put that amount in our product. But they never studied the product on their people. Juice Plus does human studies on people, and what you get at your door is what they study in the university studies. And if you don't believe me on what the most researched product on the planet is, just ask Siri on your iPhone and she'll tell you. Now, here's that NSF certification, guys. And what this means as a parent, as a spouse, as a doctor, what you see on that product is the only thing that's in the product. When you see NSF, less than 1% of food has an NSF certification. And what it's checked for is, excuse me, bacteria, mold, vira. It's also checked for ethylene gas and also mold and radiation. Now, if you're anything like me, you're thinking radiation, gas. Well, you see, in America, the average produce travels 2,500 miles from farm to table. So they have to pick that off the source 2 to 3 weeks early so it doesn't rot on the shelf. Now, in doing so, it's green typically when they pluck it. Have you ever noticed how you look at tomatoes and things, or strawberries in the produce section, and they're all green up top? Well, that's because they picked them so early so they wouldn't rot. And then they use ethylene gas or radiation to actually ripen the produce to make it look ripe. But you're only getting a 40% absorption rate. So if you're anything like I was and used to juice, I would do cold pressed juice, not centrifuge, which is a whole different animal. And I'm only getting a 40% absorption rate when I did that myself versus something that's fine ripened at 95%. So this is also NCAA certified. And it's so clean that the Olympic teams actually take this. And I didn't know this, but a female on her menstrual cycle cannot even take you can't even take the pill. You can't take aspirin. That's why you'll see cupping techniques, these big bruises all over athletes in the Olympics, because they can't take any type of medication, but they can take Juice Plus. And by the way, the German, Swiss, and Austrian Olympic teams take 12 servings per day. And the reason being, I want to give you a little bit of an example here, and a metaphor you can use with people as you share this. When you're cooking on a stove, if you have a fire, that's called a grease fire, correct? And in doing so, we're going to do everything we can to put that fire out. But if you're anything like I was ignorant, I would throw water on it. Well, that spreads it. And that's like when I would use whey protein. That's like when I would eat a lot of meat and I would do these other things. And I was trying to do keto, but I was using too much protein and too much meat and not enough vegetables and things like that to bring down inflammation. What you want to do in that fire regard, that grease fire, you want to throw baking soda on that fire. See, inflammation in Latin means fire. And Juice Plus brings fire or inflammation down. It's clinically proven to do this. And so these are some things that we use, and I do 2 to 3 servings per day. So it's not a vitamin, so you won't overdose on it like 60,000 Americans do every year. So with the whole food, you just simply get rid of it. But when you take a multivitamin, you ever notice how you have pterodactyl urine and it turns green and yellow and smells? That's because your body can't use it, so it excretes it. So guys, this right here is just simply a chart that I put in. And depending upon what medical research you read, anywhere from 85 to 95% of all chronic disease in America is caused by poor diet. When you go to a doctor for preventative purposes, I don't care if it's a chiropractor, a medical doctor, or whomever, it always says eat more fruits and vegetables, drink more water, and move more. It never talks about taking more multivitamins, taking more drugs for prevention. And look at these as heart disease, cancer, all these things are completely preventable. Dr. David Katz, who's the head of internal medicine at Yale University, where Juice Plus has actually conducted studies, said that more children today die of poor nutrition than caused from alcohol and drug abuse, guys. That breaks my heart. Now that I've kind of shared some of these things with you, I want to go over the products, what the product cost is, and give you some relativity to this. But our duo, which is the fruit and the vegetables, which is 10 fruits and 10 veggies. And I can always remember the veggies very well, but broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, lemon beet, rice bran, kale. When's the last time your kid or you ate that all in one day? Well, now you can. And people say, well, how do you get all that nutrition in there, Dr. Harless? And I said, well, if I cremated you, how much of you would be left? Right? And that's basically what Juice Plus does. They literally remove all the stuff, but the micro stuff. It's like it's leaving the oil for the car, but not the gas. See, we're all eating fats and carbs and proteins. So that's how they do all this. And so in doing that, when you place a duo order, you actually get a children's health study for free for up to 4 years. And you're just responsible for $10 in shipping and handling over the 4-month cycle. Now, that costs you less than $1.50 a day. When you add the berries, which has like elderberry, blueberry, blackberry, cacao, strawberry, all these amazing anthocyanins that keep your immune system boosted, open up your blood vessels. This is why they call Viagra the purple pill, because of the anthocyanins in those little purple pills. And I honestly cannot explain to you how many times I've had men tell me that now they're able to have an erection again. Not trying to go off the page here, but I'm being dead truthful with you. This is clinically shown to open cardiovascular system. And as you reduce inflammation, the hormone, the largest hormone system in your body now, is actually known to be your blood vessels, the endothelial lining. And when that gets stressed, it can't open. When it can't open, you don't make nitric oxide, and you basically can't get nutrition where it needs to go, nor blood flow. So this costs you $2.50 a day, and you get to add a children's study. What I forgot to mention, now until December 31st, when you put these orders in, you also get to try our shakes, a one-time serving order for only $5 shipping and handling. It's 15 servings, by the way, and you can try that for free. Now, the omegas, the orange, those are also basically an extra $1 a day. And then what they did with the meal replacement shakes that have fiber, 8 grams of fiber in them, they have protein and carbs. It's a complete meal replacement. They're grab and grow servings. They're phenomenal in between games or whatever if you're in a run. Those right there cost you about $2.30 a day, which is about what a breakfast sandwich would be going through a drive-through today. So guys, this right here, Misty and I just did a talk on this today, and we just love this thing. And she's done amazing with it. Laura too. I mean, you guys have done amazing with this system, but this is our tower garden, and it is an aeroponic system. And literally, it is idiot proof. I mean, if I don't kill it, anybody can grow it. Okay. And it literally, you just simply, everything you need to your front door, from seeds to if you can get grow lights if need. If you're up in Michigan, like most of you guys, mine's outside, grows beautifully all year round. So I got to just give jabs where I can. I can't help myself. But it's literally 95% less water, no soil, no E. coli, nobody handling your food. You can control your food. But more importantly, Missy and I hit on something today. Think when you go to a grocery store, how much waste you get. And not just waste in product, guys, but you're also plastics, right? That they're putting all the lettuces and things in. In about a 4-month period, my tower garden paid for itself. So just think of the impact we can make with stopping estrogens from plastics being put in the atmosphere and acid rain and some other things. That's another topic, but truly amazing. $7 a year in electricity to run this thing, 30% higher yields, and everything you're eating, you're plucking it, you're cutting it when it's ready and you want it. It's a 95% absorption rate. Salads have never tasted so great. I mean, God, Misty's grown bell peppers and green beans, and you can grow whatever you want in this thing. And there's grants available for schools. And when children use this thing, they literally, when they grow their own garden, guys, 80% more likely to know what they're putting in their body. And this thing's only about 3 foot in diameter. So you can literally have this in apartments in major cities. And think of all the millennials out there right now that are so green and they're like wanting things like this. They don't want to own stuff, but they want things that are paid off and economical. This is huge. So just a thought. But guys, what I want to share with you now, if the products make sense, if you're anything like me, the business may make sense, especially with what all has went down. I mean, it's just a time in my life where I was like, man, I'm so grateful that I started this thing. I didn't get in it for that. I just got into it because I want to share the products. And like with most of you guys, I mean, I called up Misty and Jason. I told them, and Misty fought me on it. I'm not doing another thing. And I said, well, that's fine. Just try the product. And then she started selling Jason's. And then now the rest is history. But it's funny how it all works. But I want to kind of go through with you what this looks like. So let's do the fruit, the veggies, and the berries. We call this the trio. And when you put a trio order in, the company ships you 4 months of product in advance. Let me explain why that is. I'm sure many of you on here I know are parents, okay? And being a parent, I want my child to hang around good kids, right? And the reason I want her to hang around good kids is because I know that she's going to be influenced by that environment. Does that make sense? Well, this is exactly why they chose 4 months in Juice Plus. Let me explain. See, a red blood cell lives to be about 90 to 120 days of age. So if you do not change the environment in which that cell, when it dies and turns over and creates new cells, it'll take on the same weak, bad environment. And so what we do is we want to get people on the product for a minimum of 4 months. You give us a year and look at blood work, I'm telling you, I've seen it thousands of times. You will be freaking amazed. It's crazy. However, the product volume is 300, as is the price. They break that 4-month installment up into $75 per month. It's an extra $2.50 a month. If you do the children's study, that includes the shipping and handling. Now, with this, you get 10% of the total overall sell. So when you put in your first order on someone, you're getting $30 right up front. But I always ask people, if you could make $30 for that product, or if you could earn 75, wouldn't you rather earn 75? I know I would. So once you escalate up through our marketing system, then you can actually earn 75 on that same order. Now the tower gardens, and this has got the sheet for everything, guys, whether it's the chewables, whether it's the omegas and how much you earn, all those different things. Also the tower gardens. So like the Flex, every time you sell one of those, you earn $155 in profit. And then you can earn an extra 15%, another $46.50 as well. So this right here, I want to kind of go over now with you, like the steps of this. So if you decided to join our mission, which we would love to have people do, it's $52 one time per year. Guys, when I heard that, Dr. Jason and I are docs, and it cost me about $300,000 to open a practice. So when I heard $52, I was like, $52 like a day, an hour, like, what, you serious? Honestly. And so you get a front office, a back office, they ship you a packet with some of the information, some flyers to hand out to people as well. And what they just did too, and Misty knows this, I think you have 10 days, and Misty, correct me when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong when we're done. You have 10 days, and if you get 1,000 points, which I'm going to explain, in the first 10 days, the company will give you a $100 bonus check. versus 50 for becoming a Partner Plus, and a free Juice Plus Live conference ticket. And then you start to earn 5% commission on your orders on top of the $30 sales profit. Now, they do give you 30 days to get that Partner Plus. Once you hit that first Partner Plus, basically, here's what you need to do. So if you order a quad, which is what I take, you get another person to try a quad, or maybe your spouse, and then you get a trio. The quad is 420 points. The other quad would be 420 or 840. Add another 300, you're at 1140. You just hit your first bonus if you do that within that first 30 days. Now you start to share with other people. Just naturally, it happens. I mean, I just share it's funny. I just had someone come to my home today to help them out, and we were talking and it came up, and I'm like, man, how do your kids eat? And she's like, garbage. And I was like, hey, here, try some of these. Oh my God, these are fantastic. And she's putting an order in. It's, just sharing it just kind of organically. So here's my point. I asked her, I said, well, hey, would this make sense to be able to do this on the side? She's like, well, I don't know if I have time to. I said, no, I didn't think that either. I said, but I just spend a few hours a week just sharing with people when I get opportunities. We have calls. And she goes, I guess I could look at it. Well, once you do that, in the next window, you get 60 days and you need 4,000 points with one person to join your business to get at least one order. But Laura, let's say that you brought on somebody, and I don't know, that person's name's Sabrina, and Sabrina gets 2,000 points in that first month, right? And then you bring on another person named Sue, and Sue brings on 1,000, and somebody else brings on 4,000. Well, you've already hit that 4,000 points, is my point. And you have 3 partners. So you just hit your second bonus. You just earned $300 as a qualifying sales coordinator. And the person that brought you in, Misty and Jason, would also earn $300 as well. Now, also at this point, you get the sales profit on your frontline orders, but you also get an extra 10% commission. And you can earn 3% commission on those people's downlines when you qualify your business. Now, you might be asking, what does that mean? Well, let's say somebody you bring in and they just get it and they just blow this thing up, or they're doing $1 million in product volume a month. You can earn 3% on that person's line. And you get unlimited frontline people. It's truly one of the greatest systems I've ever seen. I wish I'd have seen this 17 years ago and opened my practice. Now, the next way, remember how we were talking about earlier about getting $30 for an order or $75 for the same order? Well, to become a sales coordinator, step 4, you need 2 qualifying sales coordinators, which you just became yourself, and you need 1 partner plus. And the company gives you 6 months to do this. Now, in doing this, you earn a $600 performance bonus if you fast track in that 6 months. So does the person that brought you on board and is guiding and helping you through this journey. You also get an extra 5%. So you're up to 15% commission, and you can earn another 3% on performance out bonus. As your team builds, you can earn another 3% on that. Now, what I want to do here, I want to skip ahead a little bit. And I want to share some things with you. As a professional myself, think of hairstylists and salons, doctors, PTs, naturopaths, just people that own their own place, right? Their own businesses. A big burden to them is a residual income, a retirement, and also insurance benefits. Well, when you get all the way here to national marketing director, guys, you can earn, and check this out, no pre-existing condition is held against you. And they offer term and disability insurance, 80-20 coverage for the first $2,000 out of pocket. And once you reach the 2,000, it's 100% coverage. And I started taking this product about 4 years ago. Here's how dense I am. And so as I was doing it, I always used to juice myself. And when I saw this, I'm like, man, this is freaking awesome. I don't have to juice. I don't have the mess. I don't have to clean up the expense. So I literally put the bottles up in my clinic. I didn't even know what I was doing. I had no one to guide me because the person around me, I had no clue. And so I forgot how to even put the freaking orders in, but I got 2 orders in. 2 women asked me, what I told them. And I got checks in the mail every single month. Now, they weren't big, But I thought, when is the last time I was ever paid on something I did years before, continuously? And it can build and build and build. And so when you hit national marketing director, you earn a $10,000 bonus check. You get $1,000 holiday bonus check just because. And guys, you also get college tuition reimbursement for each child up to $1,850. And that's just some of the benefits. And so this year alone, we put in 4 more benefit packages, guys, or not, excuse me, 4 more bonus packages of up to $90,000 in extra bonus money just by helping people join our mission. Now, guys, you may be asking, well, why would I join this mission? Well, for one, we are a 50-year company. We also are worth $15 billion. We're debt free. We have these very small product line, which actually I absolutely love, which is so rare because you don't see that. Most people have thousands of products and people don't even know what it is. And you don't have to maintain any stock or product. There's no minimums you have to maintain or maximums. You go at your own pace. And if you hit a level, you never lose that level on that rank. Every product is NSF certified. It's the most researched product on the planet. We have a child's health study where every child can be fed with each adult order. It doesn't even have to be your child. And it's $52 to start this business. Exponential growth, time, freedom. I mean, I can just go on. I work anywhere in the world. I mean, I literally live, honest to God, in vacation land. I feel like I live on a resort 24 hours a day. And I just literally get to do things like this and help people help people. And John Paul Getty said it best. I want to leave you with this. He is, every time you watch TV, it says Getty Images, okay, at the end of the trailers and stuff. And he said, I would rather have 1% of thousands of people's efforts than 100% of my own. And for the first 40 something years of my life, I tried to do everything myself. And that is the dumbest thing I could have ever done. And I just feel humbled and blessed to have people like you in my life that are helping me do this. And just by helping each of you guys be successful as you help me, I get a little piece of the success of what you bring to other people. It's just a beautiful concept. And one thing too, I hear a lot. My dad said this to me, and it changed my dad's life, guys. He said, well, son, it's a pyramid. And I said, you mean like he was referring to a pyramid scheme or scam or what? I said, you mean pyramid structure? And I said, you mean like a pyramid like this? Like, well, in the military, or Kroger's or Walmart or whatever, wherever you work, there's a CEO and then there's district and regional and international, all these managers and there's salespeople and workers. And I said, and by the way, they fired you after 43 years and you showed up an hour every day to work, an hour early, won all these awards, and they fired you and then hired somebody outside of the company who didn't even know your job to bring them in to take your job. And he went, well, let's watch football. And I thought, Dad, I said, we're an upside down pyramid. So here's what I love about our company. Every single one of us starts at the bottom, but every single one of us can reach the top of the company. And there's no limitation on who can reach it. I don't care if you're purple, black, polka dot, white, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your ethnic background, your race, nothing. The only difference, this business works and these products work. And when I look myself in the mirror and realize it wasn't me that wasn't working, it wasn't the business or the product. And when I took aim in that and refuge in that, my whole life changed. And so I applaud you guys for being here. I want to thank you for that. I want to get some of those things out of the way. And if you guys, if this makes sense to you, if you want to join us, we would love to talk to you and help you in any way we can. If you just want to try the products, we would love to do that too, because who doesn't like better energy and sleep and everything else? And thank you guys for your time. And I know Misty's got some things she wanted to share. And if there's any questions also, guys, that people may have that I didn't cover or I missed, please at this time, just shoot them out at me. You know what I mean? Somebody laughing at me?
Right on. You did the product for the shake, or the product change for the shake is really going to be, they're going to have a non-soy option, and they're also going to add in a more protein in a different shake, more of like a muscle building shake. So there's just going to be a couple different options moving forward. So that's good.
Sweet. Yeah. Fit into those people's paradigms.
That's great. Very good.
Anybody else? I want a little more on the. You guys got no questions. Wow.
Mike was having troubles with his audio earlier. Mike, can you hear us now? I'm not sure how much of it he's getting, but we'll send you the recording if you can hear me, so you can rewatch it and pick up what you missed. So thanks for hopping on today. We're gonna now shift gears a little bit, and we are gonna go into some training. If Dr. Kenny, if you could allow me to share my screen, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, I'll make you the host on it.
Okay, thank you. And then
Yeah.
Kathy is going to lead us in this. I'm just going to be the guinea pig. So we're going to use my screen to share how to do Facebook.
You guys aren't gonna beat up on me. I feel privileged.
No, we're going to show everybody how much I don't know about Facebook stories.
We're going to create your story, Kenny.
Awesome.
All
I'm
right.
always recreating that thing.
This. 1 second, everybody. Let me get to the right page. Oops. All right, there's Kathy's background picture.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful? All right, so let's go to my
What
home.
is that?
That's my picture.
Behind you.
An accident. Okay, so here we are on my home page. Well, here, this is actually my home page here. All right. So how many people here have done, like, raise your hand if you've done a story, you're pretty familiar, a little bit familiar, kind of familiar, or you're like good to go and you're an expert. All right, so we're gonna go over a few things today. Hopefully everybody picks up a couple tidbits. All right, Kathy.
Okay, so, well, one reason why Facebook stories are so important, they get lots of attention on Facebook. And the reason why is because they're easy to find. So if you scroll up on your Facebook page, you can see the stories at the top. I guess go to your stories. Let's see. It might be different on the computer than it is on a iPad or a phone.
Might be, because it's
You
usually,
know what, Misty, are you on your own private page? Like,
here we go.
there we go.
There you go. So they're very easy to find. They're right at the top. And so they are great for network marketers or any type of business, or if you just want to share your life of what you're doing, what you're doing. So when you're creating a story, if you want to go to create, okay. And then let's create. Do you have a photo that we could create with, Misty?
Sure, let me go grab one here. So,
Okay.
and I go into Choose Plus. Let's see. I'm sure I have a tower or something.
Yeah, get your tower, and then I'll show them how to Google.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's going to cut it off? Let's see. I can zoom out. Oops, I'm moving it now.
Okay. So the first thing you want to make sure that you're not including your business name anywhere on the story, because you want to create curiosity. So on that, God, it's so different on the computer compared to your phone. Okay.
Oh, the options are I don't see all the options you usually get.
No, they're not all there.
I rarely do anything on Facebook on my computer. It's always, you know what I mean? I always do it on my phone too.
Go up to this little flower thing.
This?
Yeah, see what that is.
Setting.
No, that's not it. Because I'm trying to see where everything's at to add to your stories. Like,
all the extra buttons are gone. So we could, I could pull it up on my phone and try to share it in the screen, but that's not going to be very user friendly.
Can Can you screen share on your phone, Misty?
I might be able to. Let me try to get on the call.
What about a tablet? Would it be? I think it's still different too, isn't it? If you have like an iPad. I know exactly what you're talking about, Kathy. It's so different when you go to a computer versus a phone.
It is different. Yes, I always do mine on the phone.
Hey, we all got blind spots. We don't know until we, right? We're just talking about it.
Exactly.
Let me connect really quickly, and then we'll see if we can get it.
So what I'm going to also include tonight, I'm going to, there's 4 apps that I use that you can download, and they're free. And I will, I send them to Misty in Messenger, and I'm gonna let her post them in the chat. And these are apps that will make your stories more creative. It will grab attention. It'll make it, it's just the apps that I use to just make things pop out on them. And so, let's see. We'll put them in the chat in a little bit.
Not letting me in. Technical difficulties. Yeah, Kathy, you can go ahead and put it right in the JP thread on Facebook Messenger too, if you'd like to.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
I can't get it to, what I can do is just go right to my story.
What about add text right there? If you click that, will it maybe lead to something different, you think, Misty? You see that? Yeah.
It gives me colors. I did this earlier, and I could pick the font, but I always hesitate before I say that word because Jason says I say it funny. Sorry. Yes. So I can pick color and I can pick headline, but I can't, there's no other option. So if you can see, I'm not sure if you all can see it, but on the top of this one, you can see there's a lot of pieces, and those
right. They're going to have, they're going to have click stickers or click GIFs. And then it's going to be emojis that you can click from. And when you would click stickers is for polls, questions, comments, music, and feelings. So like with this one right here, you could put, like you could do something like, are you tired of buying your vegetables at the grocery store? Something like that, just a catchy thing. And then you would create a poll for that. And you would say, you could say, I am, and then the other part you could say, send me info. And then from there, then you would go to the next page and you would post something. I know it would be so much better if we could create one, because I know it's confusing when
not working. And we apologize. We thought this would work. Yeah, we can try again another time and have one of us, be on our actual phone and try the screen share.
Kind of counterintuitive. You would think computer would have more.
I know, it's very confusing. But anyway, so Laura, I know you've created lots of stories too, and she's added music to hers. There's all kinds of features. So what I would do is just make sure, encourage you to just mess around with it. Get on there and try different things and see how it works. Look at other people's stories that have had a lot of likes and hearts and stuff, and just add those pieces in and weave those into your week and add them to your Facebook stories here and there. So you can add 2-3 stories a week. That's great. And then you're getting some additional views and things like that. And again, like your Facebook page, I would imagine, and Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't want to have juice plus juice plus juice plus juice plus. You want to add value. You want to share things, and then you also want to do personal things.
Right. Like for instance, can you go to my story and show them?
Oh, that's a good idea.
It may be too, Kathy, on a Saturday morning, we can do this. You know what I mean? But we'll hopefully figure it out by then if we could. And just, if you can show how to use those apps.
Okay. It's going to go through her stories now.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's just, I'm just attracting people This is like team tips. That's today.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's temperature for Texas. That's a big deal because it's normally,
Hot.
and then I normally put something that I like. And this is a new app I just tried today. That's my puppy dog, Annabelle.
That's so cool.
And so I'm going to do a lot of that, like with Juice Plus, with different vegetables coming and come up with some cool things. And then that other one is not on there, is it, Misty?
It's not, no.
And so then I have another one there, but that's kind of like, I kind of mixed it up because I don't want to just do Juice Plus like 5 of them. So you want to mix up business a little bit with, family, animals, who you are.
See, I already put it out there.
See, there you go.
This one's got audio.
Oh.
Other people's stories. Oh, that's stop this, Ola. Sorry. No political things on this Zoom call.
Yeah.
One more week.
Yeah, really, one more week.
This is another network marketing person. She might have some interesting things too. So lots of fun ideas. It's just a really fun way to do, to add just some pizzazz and get the word out. So definitely encourage you guys to give it a try this week. If you haven't done one before, definitely do one and see what you think of it, and just start paying attention to other people. So
yeah, and I would once you start them, this is the catch to them. Once you start them, you should start with about 3, but you should continuously be adding, because for you to stay in the top, you want to do a story every day. You want to do at least 2 to 3 slides every single day. And so I fall back on that, but it's be consistent, because once you're being consistent, people's going to look for you, and then they're going to be seeing they're going to be looking to see what you're posting and stuff. Another thing is when you're doing your polls, as Kenny's, you want to do your poll at the top, because at the right where his name is, that's where you scroll, and people will hit answer to your poll accidentally, and you get all excited because someone answered it, because you will get a message saying that someone replied to your poll. So make sure that you always do your poll at the top. You can ask questions like, you can say something like, you can post like the Tower Garden and say, what is your favorite herbs to cook with? And they could answer the questions there. So then that can kind of, you can say, well, if they really like that, then you could get on the phone call with them. Introduce the Tower Garden to them. You can do your favorite recipe, a clean recipe you can put on there, just really anything. But you want to do it every single day. So that's where it comes into play. And I'm guilty of that, because it's hard to be consistent and do it every day. Now, you can plan them out for a whole month, and it gets really advanced like this, and you can put them on a timer, and you can sit down like on a Sunday, and if you have like 2 or 3 hours to spare for that, you can sit down and create your whole stories for the whole month, and then you can set them on a timer, and then they'll automatically go on. And so that's what a lot of network marketers people do on that part.
Awesome. Huh. Where's the timer at? How would you do that?
It's an app that you have to download. I can send it, and it just automatically goes. And I mean, you got to really think to plan 30 days out, because sometimes you'll post something that happened yesterday, so you got to really, really plan that out.
Well, I like too. You put a picture of your dog, and so that's what people want to see. Maybe like cats, or you have a child. I mean, people want to see who you are, and if they're attracted and in alignment with you, and then like Kathy was saying, then you throw something out, but don't name it. And that's what, Kathy, that's what happened with you, right? I mean, you knew me,
Yes,
you'd heard me speak and stuff, and and all
exactly.
this, and you're like, well, you didn't name it. What's that biohack thing? And like, I mean,
Exactly. Yes, that's how I reached out to him because I was like, biohack, what the heck is that?
I mean,
Because
so
I
you
was,
get a
and you know
little
what I was doing? I was Googling it because
right.
I was thinking, what kind of company is that? And I couldn't find anything that had biohack. So, you're right, Kenny. That's how I reached out to you
And
because you
Lisa that
posted.
joined us, Lisa too. I mean, because I met Lisa about a year ago, not to cut you off, Kathy.
Mhm.
And well, no, not quite. I mean, it was back in February, and I had mentioned Juice Plus to her, and we talked. And then she started watching some of the things that I was talking about and things on social media. And then I meant when somehow we got talking, I said, Kathy, I talked to Lisa because Kathy knows Lisa. And she was
Mhm.
like, really? And then Lisa was like, man, this came up again. Okay. And it's just
Uh,
that connection of people, right? And so that law of relativity, relating what you do to what people know, and they get comfortable. It's
mhm.
so powerful, guys, that Apple, just so you guys know, they asked Apple because you can go on Apple and buy anything you want with your phone, right? And don't even have to, basically, when they had the TVs, you couldn't, or a big computer, but you could buy anything you wanted. So basically, theft could go up. And they asked Apple, are you worried about theft? And you know what they said? No. The comfort of our customers is more important to us because they know that when people are comfortable and they're connected, they're going to buy. Okay. It's so powerful. I mean, but
Mhm.
like Kathy said, it takes time. You know what I mean? Misty, you've been doing
Mhm.
this a long time now too, and you know that. Monica and Laura have been. It's a consistency thing. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So
And
sorry, I
it's
just want
it's
to throw that in.
yeah. And it like I always tell everybody, you focus on the process and you disconnect from the
Results.
results there. Thank
Absolutely. No, 100%. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a
you. Uh-huh.
great point.
But it was so funny yesterday, at lunchtime, I was busy. Like I went from 1 to almost 7 in Zooms and stuff. So I was busy. And then about 4, 5, I was like, God, why am I so hungry? And I was like, I am so hungry. And I didn't take my Juice Plus at lunch like I normally do. And that made a world of difference.
Crazy.
It is. It's truly, because I mean, I was very hesitant when I saw the greens in the pill because I'm used to taking greens in powder and mixing. And I was like, okay, Kathy, it's your subconscious. Just take it, because I was like, I wonder if this is really going to work. The greens in the pill. And I mean, I was telling somebody today, I said, it's truly amazing for people that don't like greens. I liked my greens when I mixed it. But I said, if you're someone that don't like smell and stuff, this is the way to go. I said, they're colorful, they're a rainbow. I said, this is the way to go. And you're getting it all in your body. And so we're
But
having good results on it.
do you see how she's excited though? Like that's it. Like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, you don't even have to know what you're doing. Don't have to know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like if you're just excited, people just feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Think about going to a party. If somebody's excited, they're just a life of like they just and they just like it's funny. And people will try that. And you never know when that person tries that, how much you just change their life. I mean, look at the people lives you guys have changed by, I mean, God, story after story after story with people.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kenny, I wanted
Yeah.
to share something from today too.
Yeah.
The guy that I was talking with earlier, he has been on Juice Plus for 5 years, and he's the local guy I was telling you guys about earlier that I had a great conversation with. And he doesn't know who his rep is. He doesn't know how he got signed up for. I just knew that I needed something like this, and he looked for it, and he probably was a lead for somebody. Honestly, is my guess, but he has no idea who they are. Never talked to him. So I was just chatting with him, and I mentioned the omegas. I said, if you're not on those, I would really recommend it. They're really great. But at the end of the conversation, this is something that somebody else had asked me in a networking call, and I'm incorporating it more into mine now. I asked him, how is it that I can help you and your business grow? What can I do for you? Who are you looking for? How can I make connections for you? He started sharing with me what he's looking for, which we'd already kind of talked about a little bit, but he started sharing again. And then he said, how can I help you grow? What are you looking for? He reciprocated, right? And then when he did that, I said, you know what? I'm just looking for people who are health conscious, wellness minded, and that are go getters and are looking for another stream of income.
And they want to look young.
Yeah, I want to add them to my team and help build them up, grow, and have fun together. And he goes, "Send me some information about that. I might be interested." Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I that's phenomenal, Misty, and I'm not kidding you when I said that kiddingly. I was being serious. That's what I tell people: help them build their finances, protect their health, and look young. And do you know what they always hear?
Look young.
Look young.
Truthfully. And we have videos. If you guys need videos on that, get with us. We'll show you where those videos are that talk about the skin improvement by 39% and those type of things too. So that's awesome though, Misty. I mean, it's funny how you just randomly look to help and serve, and weird, right? What you put out, you get back, right?
Yeah.
Living is giving. So the more you give.
Yeah, that's so true. Last week, I wanted to share real quick before we hop off. I know we're getting close to our time. But last week, Dr. Lyons had 2 people on the call, and she'd never brought anyone to the call before. And I reached out, or we had our meeting this week, and she shared with our whole team. She says, "Do you know what I did?" She said, "These guys that I knew from college, they reached out and said, 'Hey, just kind of checking in. How you doing?' She said, 'I'm doing great and working at my office and also working a little extra on my side gigs, on my side income or supplemental income.'" And they asked her, again, 2 separate conversations, but they both asked her, "Well, what are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I told you about this before. I'm doing Juice Plus, and this is what it's all about." And they both asked, "Well, hey, I'd like to know more about that. Sign me, like, how can I learn more?" They asked her because she just piqued their interest. She didn't try to sell them on it. She didn't say, "Hey, let's get on a call. I want to share this business with you," which is okay. But I think the interesting part is she had this aha moment, like, "Oh my gosh, I can do this. That's not hard." And she said, "And then I have this great call I can have them come on to, and I don't have to do anything." So yeah, she was pretty happy about that.
That's what we want to do, is do the heavy lifting for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell you, you guys don't, do I want to share science with you? So you understand it? Absolutely. But do you need to know that? No.
No.
You know what I mean? It's fruits and vegetables in capsule. Don't forget the capsule.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know I had Whitney. She said Jason almost ate all her daughter's gummies. So they wanted to know if they could change their quads all to gummies. Can you do that?
They can. Well, yeah. The omegas you can't. Those are capsules. But yeah, you can definitely get chewables. Absolutely.
Yeah, because she said he eats like 10 a day on the gummies.
They're good.
They are.
He treats them like candy. Treats them more like a snack. Because she said, "Now
when's she joining
don't have
you?
no gummies."
Kathy, when's she joining you and going to start making money by helping people take this stuff?
I need to get her.
Yeah, you are.
You would be a rock star.
And I told her just for her gummies in her boutique.
Absolutely. Just put out the little baggies, right?
Yeah.
She asked, how many does she have to buy to get a bulk price?
They don't do bulk.
Yeah, I said I didn't think so. Because she said, "I'll buy as many as I need to get bulk."
Dude, Whitney can sell freaking ice cream, like, what am I trying to say? Your popsicles to a freaking Eskimo. I mean, like, just have her put,
She can sell anything. She really can.
Yeah, I mean, she's just, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Create another income stream, another MSI.
Yeah, because she don't have to do nothing. Just bring the people here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's it.
Absolutely. We'll do the lifting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hop off, but thanks for your time, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else have any
And
questions?
y'all have a great week.
Yeah. See you guys Saturday.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.